Hi students, welcome to Sri Guru Bio classes. In last class, we have studied about the role of water in the process of photosynthesis. In this class, we are going to discuss about the role of air in the process of photosynthesis. Now, let us come to the topic. Let us study the experiments on photosynthesis. We have studied several experiments on your previous classes. Among all these experiments, some of the experiments is useful to identify the materials which is required for the process of photosynthesis. Such type of experiments, one of the most important experiment which is carried by Joseph Priestley in the year 1770. So it is the one of the most important experiment. In this experiment proved that the essential role of air on the process of plant growth. So now we are going to discuss about the importance of this Priestley's experiment and the process of this experiment or discussion now. In this experiment, Priestley carried a series of experiments. In these experiments, we required some of the materials like bell jar, rat, candle and mint plant. So these are the requirements for the Priestley's experiment. Next, let us come to that procedure or experiment. In this, Joseph Priestley, he carried a series of experiments. In this first series, he took one burning candle. He took one burning candle along with one rat. This burning candle and rat both are kept in a bell jar. So the bell jar, it is a glass transparent jar which is mainly used in these laboratories. So this bell jar not allowed any air inside or outside. So the air is not enter through this bell jar and the inside air is not come outside through this bell jar. So this bell jar is useful for that controlling of this exchange of these gases. Okay, in this first series of experiment, the scientists take this burning candle and rat. These both are kept inside the bell jar. So after some time, he found that the burning candle is extinguished. Extinguished. So in this burning candle is not burning, it is extinguished, and the rat which is present inside the bell jar is died due to suffocation. Died due to suffocation. Suffocation means it is difficulty to take the breath. So this is known as suffocation. So the burning candle is extinguished and the rat are also died due to that suffocation. Next, another series of experiment. In addition to this, burning candle, along with rat, he kept one small mint plant inside the bell jar, and observed that. So in the second series of experiment, he observed that for a long time. So the candle is still burning on this stage. This candle is burning continuously. The rat is living condition and the plant is grow well. So all these three materials which is present inside that bell jar are in that good condition were observed. So finally he hypothesized that in that first series of experiment, what he hypothesized that in that first series of experiment, the burning candle and the rat, which is released some materials, that material is damaged the air inside the bell jar. So due to that, the fresh air is not present inside the bell jar, so the rat is died due to that suffocation. So that means there are not sufficient availability of this air inside the bell jar. At the same time, the burning candle are also extinguished. Why? Because the sufficient amount of air is not present inside the bell jar. Next, in that second series of experiments, he hypothesized that what the burning candle and the rat releases, and this makes the air impure. The impure air is taken this plant, and the plant, they are turned into that impure air into that pure air. That pure air is taken this rat, and they are living in this live condition, and this fresh air are also taken this candle and it continuously burning. So finally the Priestley concluded that the exchange of air takes place. The exchange of air takes place between the plant and animal. So finally Priestley concluded that the exchange of air takes place between the plants and animals which is present inside the bell jar. So this experiment clearly proved that the air is play a major role for the growth of the plant. Next, how these gases are taken this plants. Generally, the plants having the small pores which is present in the plant leaves, that is commonly called as stomata. Through that stomata, the air is exchanged from the plant to air to plant. Generally, the air contains oxygen and carbon dioxide. So, in these plants, they carried two types of life process inside the plant. One is photosynthesis and another one is respiration. In this both process, the plants require gases, that means air. So as we know that in the year 1774, Joseph Priestley discovered the oxygen. Later, in the year 1775, Lavoisier coined the name from this gas is called as oxygen. So that air is a mixture of gases. Among this mixture of gases, O2 play a major role. This O2 is discovered through this Priestley's experiment in the 1774, and later 1775 Lavoisier coined the gas which is present in that air. That gas is which is responsible for that burning of that candle is called it as oxygen or named it. Next, sometimes the gases exchange takes place not only this stomata, sometimes some of the loose tissues are present on the roots and stems. So the gases exchange takes place through these loose tissues present in the roots and stems, that is commonly called as lenticels. Lenticels are present. Through these lenticels, the air is entering into that plant, and the air which is present inside the air are also come outside. The gases exchange takes place to mainly stomata, and the loose tissues which is present on the root and stems are useful for that exchange of gases. Next, based on that Priestley's experiment, air play a major role for the process of photosynthesis. In that air, the carbon dioxide is present in that air. Both carbon dioxide and oxygen both are present inside the air, but the carbon dioxide which is present in the air is play a major role in the process of photosynthesis, and the carbon dioxide is the major requirement for the process of photosynthesis. How to prove that CO2 is necessary for photosynthesis? Let us do this simple activity to prove the carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis. So for this experiment, we need some of the materials. Number one, de-starched plant, and wide mouthed bottle. Next, split cork and KOH solution or KOH pellets and iodine solution is required for this experiment. Come to that procedure. In this experiment, first we take that destarched plant. So destarched plant means the plant which is kept in dark for 1 week. So that means the plant utilizes all the starch which is present inside the plant are utilized. So such type of plants we commonly call it as destarched plants. So in this experiment we need destarched plant. So after selecting of this destarched plant, take a one wide mouthed bottle. Take a wide mouthed bottle and fill that. Add some amount of KOH solution or KOH pellets in it. After adding this KOH, the split cork was fitted on the mouth of the wide mouthed bottle. So the bottle carefully taken from this bottle and inserted the half leaf of this, inserted the half leaf of the plant through this split cork. And like this. So after keeping the split cork on the mouth, so the bottle carefully taken and then half leaf is kept inside the bottle through split cork. The complete setup was kept for 2 to 4 hours in the sunlight. After 2 to 4 hours, the leaves, after 2 to 4 hours, the leaves, one leaf from this kept inside the bottle and any other leaf from the plant are taken out, and these leaves is taken out and test for that starch by using iodine solution. By using iodine solution, which is already discussed in this previous activity. So the iodine solution is added to the leaf. In this experiment, we observe that the leaf which is present inside the bottle, the leaf which is present inside the bottle are not turned into any color. This is pale color, and the leaf which is exposed to environment, this part turned into blue black color. So based on this observation, in this bottle, the KOH present inside the bottle is absorbed the CO2 present inside the bottle. So the leaf which is present inside the bottle is not turned into blue or black color. So it indicates carbon dioxide is not present inside the bottle. So when we are observing that outside portion, this portion which is observed outside the portion, in this portion the leaf turned into blue and black color. So which indicates the carbon dioxide which is present inside the air is absorbed this outside portion of the leaf. So the leaf is turned into blue and black color. So based on this experiment, we conclude that CO2 is necessary for photosynthesis. Next, the leaf which is taken other than this half leaf, the total leaf is turned into blue black color. So it indicates the total leaf which is exposed to carbon dioxide. So based on this simple activity, we prove that CO2 is necessary for photosynthesis. So here some of the precautions are also taken from this. One is the leaf is inserted into that bottle. This leaf is not touch this KOH. So it is careful about that. And before conducting this experiment, this plant must be destarched. So we keep in mind these two important precautions and perform these experiments. So based on this experiment, we prove that CO2 is necessary for photosynthesis. Okay. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you once again.